A crown in motion. Princess Leonor in the new era of the Spanish monarchy. In every century there comes a moment when a new generation must rise and define its destiny. At this pivotal moment in Spanish history, that generation is embodied in Leonor, the heir to the Spanish throne, a young woman whose life unfolds in the public eye against tradition, duty, and expectation. At just 20 years old, Leonor is not merely the future queen, she is already rewriting what it means to come of age in the 21st century monarchy. A royal at the crossroads of history. 12 months into her third year of intensive military training, a rite of passage mirroring the path once taken by her father, King Felipe VI, Princess Leonor's star is rising at a time when the Spanish royal family's relevance is being both celebrated and tested. From formal engagements and evolving public roles to internal family dynamics and global diplomatic presence, the story of Leonor is both intensely personal and deeply symbolic of Spain's institutional evolution. Just this year, Leonor's confident presence alongside her parents at high-profile events like Military Easter, where she stood beaming with pride and duty, transformed what was once an annual tradition into a moment of public affirmation for the future of the crown. But behind these polished public appearances lies a complex journey, rooted in heritage, shaped by modern challenges, and steered by a father determined to balance constitutional duty with parental pride. From heir to leader, early life and education. To understand Princess Leonor's ascendancy, one must trace her trajectory from childhood to emerging stateswoman. Born on the 31st October 2005 in Madrid, Leonor de Toulouse Los Santos de Borbón y Ortiz was destined for leadership from the start. As eldest daughter of King Felipe VI and Queen Letizia, she carries a lineage steeped in history, yet positioned in a modern constitutional monarchy where public service matters as much as ceremonial splendor. Unlike many royal heirs of recent decades, Leonor's upbringing was designed to foster self-reliance and competence. Educated at Santa Maria de los Rosales School, the same institution her father attended, she later pursued the International Baccalaureate at the prestigious UWC Atlantic College in Wales. There, cut off from Spain's cultural bubble, she grew amid a global student body, laying early foundations in languages, diplomacy, and international understanding. But beyond academics, Leonor's path was deliberately anchored in service, beginning with a 3-year military training program formalized by royal decree in 2023. The military mandate, following in her father's footsteps. In a bold affirmation of tradition and equality, Leonor's training spans all 3 branches of the Spanish Armed Forces: Army, Navy, and Air Force, just as her father once did. This is no dress rehearsal for royalty. It is rigorous, disciplined, and credentialed training on equal terms with fellow cadets. A 3-year journey to readiness. Army training, Zaragoza. Leonor began her first phase in the Army's General Military Academy, learning leadership and field strategy. Naval expedition. She then embarked on a 17,000-mile voyage aboard the training ship Juan Sebastián de Elcano, a formative naval odyssey that tested endurance, seamanship, and diplomacy as she visited ports from South America to New York. Air Force commitment. Murcia. In September 2025 she moved to San Javier to begin her final chapter Air Force preparation that includes both ground and aerial duties. This path not only echoes her father's own military formation, but underscores a modern interpretation of monarchical duty, one in which the heir must earn authority through proven service and competence. It's a trajectory that resonates with Spain's democratic values, where even royalty is expected to demonstrate merit. Under her father's guidance, a royal mentor, King Felipe VI has presided over the shaping of his daughter's public and personal education with both boldness and nuance. Felipe's own reign began amid efforts to restore trust in the monarchy after scandals surrounding his father, Juan Carlos I, and his departure into self-imposed exile. But Felipe's vision has been steady: modernization without abandonment of tradition. His emphasis on Leonor's military training echoes his belief in equipping her with breadth of experience and dignity of duty. Instead of shielding her, he has purposefully placed her in contexts that both challenge and prepare. Perhaps one of the most telling moments of their father-daughter relationship came during a recent visit when King Felipe personally oversaw her progress, standing shoulder to shoulder in uniform, not as a king with an heir, but as a commander alongside a committed cadet. Such public displays of support and respect emphasize a deep mutual bond rooted in shared purpose and service. In the public eye, a Generation Z monarch. Beyond the barracks and royal palaces, Princess Leonor's image is evolving into one of relatability and generational leadership. Growing up with social media and global awareness, she carries the label of a Generation Z royal, a figure expected to bridge tradition and contemporary relevance. Spanish journalists and commentators have described her as a potential queen for a new era, one who may connect with younger generations more naturally than her predecessors. A new royal persona. Leonor's approach is markedly different from past heirs. Duty with humility, heavy military duties, limited ceremonial pomp, and an emphasis on institutional readiness. Visible but guarded. Public appearances are purposeful and carefully curated, balancing media interest with personal privacy. Soft diplomacy. Her naval journey and engagements abroad signaled a near-silent yet meaningful outreach role that extended beyond traditional ceremony. Indeed, her presence in high-profile events from military Easter to regional awards presentations illustrates a young princess steadily embracing public life while staying grounded in substance over spectacle. Family, duty, and the public's gaze. The public narrative around Leonor cannot be separated from the broader dynamics of the Spanish royal family. A family at attention. Recent months saw the extended royal family gather, including Juan Carlos I and Queen Sofia, to celebrate 50 years of restored monarchy. This first full reunion in 2 years was more than a photo op, it was a reaffirmation of continuity and legacy. At the same time, personal histories and tensions remain. Interviews by Juan Carlos have stirred debates about family cohesion, old wounds, and the monarchy's image. These narratives, sometimes conflicting, illustrate the complex human backdrop behind royal continuity. Rumors about internal relationships and generational differences have circulated widely, though the official tone remains one of unity and respect in service. Challenges ahead. Navigating public expectations. Leonor's ascent is not without challenge. Monarchy in a modern democracy. Spain's monarchy functions within a constitutional framework, and public sentiment has often shifted in response to political, economic, and social currents. King Felipe has faced intense moments, from protests to debate over the institution's relevance, and public trust has occasionally been tested. His composure and steady leadership have been acknowledged as key to stabilizing perceptions of the monarchy in recent years. Into this context steps Leonor, prepared, scrutinized, and symbolic. Her rigorous training, quiet dignity, and restrained public persona mirror a deliberate strategy to present a future monarch grounded in service rather than entitlement. A glimpse into the future. Queen of Spain. Should the constitutional order remain unchanged, Princess Leonor is poised to inherit a mantle not worn by a queen regnant in Spain since Queen Isabella II in the 19th century. This historic prospect places Leonor at a unique intersection of tradition and transformation. But her path to queendom is more than inevitable succession. It is being earned through rigorous training, public engagements, deep institutional grounding, and a carefully cultivated public image that speaks to a generation ready for a monarch of both historical depth and modern relevance. Whether she ascends the throne or shapes a legacy in royal public service, Princess Leonor's journey offers a compelling portrait of leadership emerging from the shadows of tradition into the spotlight of 21st-century monarchy. Conclusion. A crown with a new voice. In the tapestry of Europe's monarchies, Spain's crown sits at a singular moment. At its center, Princess Leonor, guided by her father, shaped by experience, and watched by a nation, redefines the contours of royal leadership. What kind of queen will she become? Perhaps history will tell. But for now, the contours of her story reflect duty with distinction, heritage with heart, and a future poised between past and promise.